Hello and welcome back, RPG family and friends. Today we are outside in the garden, and guys, the video that you guys have already watched, you guys saw us fill these beds and we are ready to plant the garden. So we are going to bring you guys in tow and you guys will see us plant our garden together. I have my sister with me here in tow. She's going to be helping me out because I have a too many plants here. As I told you guys, my garden is tiny but it is mighty. I swear I live on a 10-acre farm, but I don't. So here in front of us we have our peppers, and this we're going to be planting in a stratical raised metal bed. Next to us over here we have yet some more peppers. These are a mixture of sweet and hot peppers. That is a Vigo garden bed. Over here we have the twins, which that's what I'm calling them. I have 5 eggplants that are going to be planted in the front. Over there I have the tray that, if you guys have watched that video already, has a mixture of my tomatoes, some marigolds, some zinnias. Most of the stuff did not come up, but the important stuff did came up, and we're gonna go ahead and plant those out. They are tiny, but once I get them into their permanent home, they will take up, especially with the heat that we are having here in Bronx, New York. These are in micro soil blocks, so we are gonna go ahead and get busy because we have our work in front of us. These beds have already been amended with some compost that I purchased at Home Depot, and also with some Trifecta Plus. What I will be using to amend the hole before I put in is going to be some blood meal, bone meal, and probably some other stuff that I'll probably show you once we get into it. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just start with the first one. I'm gonna do one to show you guys what I choose to do in my garden. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to do this in the YouTube community, and everyone does their own thing. This is what's been working for me, and I've done many different things in the past, but this is what I'm doing for this year. And I have plenty of different varieties here. I have from California Wonder to banana to, oh my god, to giant Marconi, and the list goes on and on and on. I'm not going to sit here and name them all because we're going to be here forever. But to show you the first one, in this red solo cup, I actually have 2. And I've learned from the garden community that you can actually put 2 pepper plants in the same hole and they do amazing. I've done this before, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do this. Now these beds, as I've already told you guys, they're new to me, and I can't wait to see what they do. In the years past, my raised beds have been lower, and I have not had enough soil for my roots to spread. So I can't wait to see what the peppers actually do for me this year, and hopefully I get bigger, better harvest. So the soil has already been fluffed because this is new soil for this year, and it has already been amended, but I'm going to add amendments to the soil as I already stated. So what I'm going to do is no gloves. I used to be a glove girl, but currently, since this is new soil, I know where it already came from, I'm literally playing with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just dig pretty much as deep as the solo cup because I want to keep it there. With peppers, you don't bury it any further, so I'm just measuring. Well, that looks to be right about. The first thing that I'm going to go ahead and put into my hole is going to be bone meal. This one's broken because it came like that from Amazon. And I'm just going to say just right about. I'm not measuring anything, guys. You know how I do in my channel. We don't measure nothing. We just go with the heart. Next thing, I'm going to do some blood meal. Same thing. Just a little scoop. And here I've always used worm castings. same thing, just a scoop. And from there, I'm going to use my hands and we're just going to move it around and incorporate it. You never want to put your roots onto any fertilizer or any amendments. Sometimes they say you can burn your roots that way, and you never want to do that because you put time, money, and everything into these starts, and you don't want to do that. Always keep your label, because the worst thing that you want to do is lose your label. Now these starts look amazing. You can see white roots there. That means that the plant is happy where it was. I had it in these red solo cups. These starts actually were started, if I'm not mistaken, either ending of January or beginning of February, and they're doing amazing. And now I did top these off a couple of times so I can promote shoots here from the side so it can be a bushier plant. And as you can see, she is doing exactly what I want her to do. So we are ready to put this in the ground and just see what she does in the coming months and wait till she produces. So we're gonna lay her in here and we're gonna get ahead and backfill. We're just gonna press her in gently to make sure that she does not have any air pockets, because we don't want her to do that. And then from there, guys, she is in her permanent home. And like I said, never forget to label your plants, because you will forget what you have, and then you're going to sit there and be like, what do I have in my garden? And this has been written in with a garden marker, so weather permitting, this will not erase or anything, and I will always know what this plant is. And it's a sweet pepper, and my family, my sister that's with me, and even my neighbors will be able to enjoy this pepper, God willing. So now we're going to proceed to do the rest of the garden, and we'll take you through the process. We'll do check-ins if we can, and then we'll show you the progress at the end. All right, so we finished planting all of the peppers, all of the eggplants. Now we're going to move on to the micro soil blocks, which are mainly tomatoes, zinnias, some marigolds, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I have some basil in there. We're going to see what I can do with the space that I do have, guys. I'm in trouble. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll pan you guys over. Look at these guys. They look really happy. They look really good, but the space index on them really tight. I can call it even high intensity at this point, but I'm very happy. I've heard a couple of times that peppers can hug each other, so that's what we're gonna do. Season of learning, especially with these new metal beds, so it is what it is. But we're gonna do these. I think these will be easier because me and my sister's back is on fire at this point. But these will be easier because they're tiny, itty bitty, and we don't have to dig as much. And the amendments are still going to be the same: the worm casting, the blood meal, and bone meal. The only difference is going to be a little garden lime, because we want to make sure that these babies don't get any blossom end rot when they're ready to start producing tomatoes. And husband is grilling us some pork chop for dinner, so that when we're done working hard, we can eat good. So let's go ahead and do this so we can show you the end products. All right, so just very quickly, just to give you a quick update in this video on how the micro soil blocks did. They did pretty good. What we're focusing here is on the tomatoes, because I'm planting out the vegetable garden. We have the tomatoes here on block 1, and I went ahead and dislocated this one right here. It looks pretty good. They're still pretty small, so it's going to be easy to just plop right into the bed. This one is a giant crimson. It has viable roots down there, so we're going to plant it nice and deep, right up to here, because as I'm sure you guys heard, tomatoes They are a vine and they can grow roots all up and down the stem. So we're going to go ahead and give this little guy a fighting chance and plant it at least halfway up to the stem so it can be a strong plant. So we're going to go ahead and do this to all our about 25 plants that we have here. All right, guys, we are finally completed. We are literally running out of daylight. It is damn near, what time is it? 8. It is 8 o'clock here in the RBG home, but everything is finally watered in. As you can see, the floor is wet, but we got all of our tomatoes in. You can't see them because they are tiny, so all you can see is literally their name tags right over there, but it's being accompanied by eggplants. The tomato that is there is large and in charge. That's the only survivor from my first planting. But yeah, this is what we have. These are all my peppers, like I stated in the beginning, from my planting from either January or February. I don't remember the month. You can check me on the videos past from this one. But guys, we are done. We are tired.
Yes, we are.
Exhausted is to say the least. We are definitely gonna feel this in our muscles, all over our bodies, but accomplished is the word. I am so very happy, to say the least, that finally the garden is about 90% planted. I still have most of my soil blocks still in my flat because those are the flowers, and I have to pick it up tomorrow because we're just running out of light. That's the bottom line. But the other twin over there is really does not have anything in it. It just has eggplants, so we're gonna solely leave that for flowers. And those are probably gonna be zinnias, marigold, and basil. We're also going to interplant that in the garden beds over here as well, because we need to do that because they are beneficial to plant with our vegetables. But yeah, guys, that is it. I hope this is informative, and I hope you guys like what we brought to you guys. My sister is exhausted, tired, and happy because she is going to be very fruitful from this garden as well. So yeah, guys, hope you like, comment, subscribe, share, so that YouTube knows that we are creating amazing and shareable content. It will help my algorithm and it'll help us grow. And as always, guys, we love you and we will see you on the next one. Bye.